Hey guys, hope you're having a good night. So I just felt this like urge to do a reading out of nowhere, just like this. So I'm gonna just do like a kind of short one and quick one and see what messages. I don't know, I guess like, damn, we got a whole ass stack right here. I'm guessing just some people need some messages. Actually, I've kind of noticed that pattern the last few days. Like we're still like closing out cycles. We're kind of trying to figure things out. I love that the courage card came out, but I feel like I've been giving a lot of like masculine energy this message. I feel like the courage is a lot. I can't fucking talk. The courage is like a lot of masculines are needing this. Feminines probably too, but more so masculines like needing courage and faith to kind of pull themselves out of stuff and trust in themselves. Like trust in themselves and empower themselves and like have the courage to actually step into their power. So, I love that we got new vision on the fucking bottom, which is the card we got in the last reading, which is literally like leaving the old self behind. And let me see if you can actually see it. Like if you look, there you go. Okay. At the bottom, like right there, it's like shedding the old skin and it's like opening up to like this new version of you, this new like self, right? Like leaving the old behind, shedding the snake skin, becoming the new. Okay, apparently it's gonna be one of these days where I can't speak proper, so just ignore me. Proper and whatever. Okay, we got courage, comparison, and letting go, but they're kind of having me put this to the side. Comparison card and letting go came out together, but like this feels a little bit separate. With this courage and comparison, so I just get a lot of energies being mirrored to you right now. Like you might be getting triggered by people. Probably the last like week or two, it's been pretty strong where you're getting probably triggered by people in situations like kind of all these old repressed emotions and feelings are coming up, things that you thought you dealt with coming back up to the surface to kind of release, but also for awareness. And it's asking you to kind of level up and step into your power more and more and more. It's like more so like implementing the tools and the lessons like you've already learned and stuff like that. With this comparison card, it also feels like some of you guys are taking like things that have happened in the past and you're comparing them to situations now, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If you're able to kind of use it as a tool for reflection and look at what you're being triggered with now, or where you're not standing in your power now, and where you learned that from, like what happened to you in the past, because a lot of what's going on is we're getting triggered by stuff in the present energy right now to help us see where in the past we weren't standing in our power, to see in the past where people were kind of suppressing us or people were not having faith in us or were not trusting us. And then we were doing that to ourselves. And we were kind of projecting things toward other people that we were wanting or that people have done to us, things like that. So when we can kind of reflect on our triggers now, we can see where we didn't get these needs met before or where these traumas were done to us and we're doing them to other people, things like that. And it's going to be multiple things for people, but I'm just giving you kind of examples. It's going to be multiple things that are kind of going on because all of it kind of encompasses one kind of like, I'd say like 1 to 3 like cycles you're closing out. It's like, it's a giant long-standing cycle from childhood, right? Childhood, teenage years. And then it's like sub-cycles. So if it's like a parent wound, which a lot of people do, say like an abandonment wound is a great one to bring up. So come here, Lily. An abandonment wound or something like that, right? So we had a parent who wasn't emotionally supportive, didn't show up for us, who left, who wasn't present, who chose work over us, or who didn't provide or whatever it was. We took that and internalized that to mean something about us. We weren't enough, that we need to chase, or that people don't show up for us, or we need to earn love or affection or whatever it is. Then we entered into romantic relationships that further like, what's that word I'm trying to think of? Further, okay, I can't think of the word, but like basically we're like it deeply ingrained this pattern and this belief system to be true, right? And then you also had friendships that kind of did the same thing. And then so we develop other like self-esteem issues or other areas where we disempower ourselves or we hide parts of ourselves that we were told were problematic. So there's multiple like sub-cycles related to the specific start of a trauma, the specific start of a belief system. So we're breaking all that down. So like when you're being triggered now, take a few minutes to kind of reflect on the past and see where those feelings happened to you in the past. Like what I always tell people to do is ask, what is it that I'm feeling and why? And if you can't really figure it out, kind of start with, okay, what am I feeling? Like, what are my emotions? Like, okay, I'm feeling sad right now. Like, why am I feeling sad? What does my body feel like? My body feels like very tense or I feel very scared. Okay, why? And start being honest with yourself and start asking these questions. And like, if you go, okay, well, where did I feel this before? Like, why do I feel this way? Like, where did this kind of start? It might, in the beginning, it might take a little bit for you to like have the stuff come up, but be patient and like, let it flow up. If you don't have the answer, don't force it. Just let it flow up. But ask what is it that I need right now? What is it I'm wanting from somebody else right now? Or what is it I'm wanting in my life right now? And give it to yourself the best way you can. If you're needing support, give it to yourself. If you're needing like affection or love, give yourself a hug, rub your arm, like do something nice for yourself, like give yourself what you need. But most importantly, feel your feelings fully and listen to them. And you might have conflicting feelings. We all have conflicting feelings. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like you can love somebody or want something from somebody, but be deeply angry at them or feel betrayed or feel hurt, but still love the fuck out of them and still, want to be with them or whatever. Like you can have conflicting feelings, and it's because sometimes people cause pain to other people. Like we do things out of trauma. We do things where we're not always really aware of how we're affecting people or hurting people. And, we're all people who have pain. We're all people who have trauma. There's manipulative, malicious, narcissistic people who do things on purpose because they're playing games with you. But then there's other people who, Lily, come here, who don't always know they're doing something that's hurting somebody else because they're so busy trying to get their needs met and they're so triggered in their trauma. Then they're projecting that on you and vice versa and stuff like that. So you could be angry at somebody but still love them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still a good person. Maybe they hurt you, but they're still a good person and you still see this beautiful person in them and stuff like that. So it's okay to be angry. It's okay to process that anger and still love somebody you want to be with them. Like it still can be okay. You can still it's usually important to deal with these emotions by yourself unless it's something you want to talk to the other person about. Is feel those angers. Like, yeah, you fucking hurt me. Like, yeah, you betrayed me. Yeah, you did this. Yeah, you lied to me. And it made me feel like this. And what it made you feel again, usually it relates to trauma you haven't dealt with. And this is how I felt. But then also when you're acknowledging that, there's anger toward yourself that you did something to hurt somebody else, or you weren't standing in your power, or you did, whatever out of reaction to what they did. And, when you can kind of sit back and take responsibility for that and acknowledge your feelings, you're seeing and hearing yourself, and you're not necessarily needing the validation from others. And then you're taking responsibility for your behaviors and you're allowing them to take responsibility for their behaviors. And that's where things heal, So if you're having like conflicting feelings and thoughts, it's normal. It's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Spirits, like just process them. You can be mad at people, and guess what? Once you let go of that anger, it's gone. Once you process it a lot of times, they go, that's the letting go card. All right, there you go. That's how it relates. So like once you're processing it, it goes away. Like it shouldn't just stay there. Like it might come up a few times because sometimes there's different levels to the healing. But once you're actually releasing it and letting it going and letting the emotion be what it is, whatever. Our emotions don't always mirror or relate to how we actually feel. So you might have feelings coming up where you're angry and you're like, this person's a fucking piece of shit. They don't love me. They don't care, blah, 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 blah. But you know that they love you and care. So let yourself feel but they don't love me and care. Don't argue and be like, but I know they do. Don't argue with it. Because it might not have shit to do with that person. It might be somebody in the past that didn't love you and didn't care. It might have shit to do with that person. Maybe that person is just a safe person for you to process feelings with. And this isn't just relationship stuff. This is just the examples they're giving me. So there you go. But let it go. Feel all those emotions. Stop trying to argue with them. Stop trying to tell them they're wrong. Stop trying to fucking, fix them or change them to like match what you want or what you know is true. That's okay. let them come out the way they're supposed to. And when you keep doing that, you'll realize the feelings go away, those emotions go away, that heaviness goes away, it becomes neutral. And then you kind of level up and then things get fixed. You know, intuitively, things get worked on and fixed. You gotta kind of just feel what you're supposed to feel. But they're saying with like the letting go card, that's just you feeling everything and releasing it. And a lot of that stuff is still coming up. It's just coming up in like a different way right now. It's gonna be different for everybody, but it's coming up in a different way, and it's coming up for you in the way that it's supposed to. For some of you guys, you might be feeling very overwhelmed, like feeling very confused, feeling very stuck, feeling very like uncertain or something like that, like just really not sure. And like I said, you might have like conflicting energies, or you might be going kind of back and forth. Like, I feel this one way, but then now I feel this opposite way. Just let yourself feel it all. You don't need to figure everything out. Just feel it. Emotions aren't supposed to be figured out. They're usually just supposed to be felt. Like, that's the whole point. Like, a feeling is supposed to be felt. It's not supposed to be processed and all that stuff. But if you're having things you need to process, do that too. Like, I hope I didn't just say that conflicting, because I don't mean it like that. Like, if things are coming up that aren't true to what you know, then you don't need to process them. Just let them come up. But if you're having a lot of emotions and you're like very triggered, go into what am I feeling and why, and just let that stuff come up. Hopefully that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah or no? Damn, I just got like a bunch of heaviness. Hold on. Not bad. Just like a lot of like overwhelming energy. Okay, we got the family card. So I got more than one message with this. We got some of you, it's like a new beginning. Some of you, it's starting a family. And some of you who already have kids, is changes in your family. Just a lot of kid energy. Well, obviously it's like a fucking card with kids in it. A lot of kid energy. I'm like trying to figure out what I'm allowed to say. They're saying it's me in my head. They won't let me talk. So if the message is for you, you'll intuitively feel it. I'm not allowed to use the words. So if there was a message with this, you would have got the message like in your mind when I was like, you would have heard what you needed to hear. Like, they're not letting me say it. Just trust your intuition if you got the message. You got a message related to that, trust your intuition, not what you're seeing. That's all I got. Okay. So you got planning and action with kindred partnership. There's definitely some love energy in this reading, though, for sure. A lot of grieving and sadness, but love energy with victim mentality. So with this victim mentality, it feels kind of like, I feel like we got this card last time too. It's like this, they're saying like this self-contained like fear. Very specifically, they're saying self-contained fear. Like, there's like this illusion in front of your face. Okay, they gave me this message earlier and I typed it in my phone. I just didn't post it, and I was going to, and I didn't for whatever reason. So maybe it was for this reading, which is, you're never going to see the truth when you're looking at things through a lens of fear or trauma. You're only going to see illusions. The only way you can see the truth is to look at things from your heart and your soul. Oof. Damn, that was some energy. You can't see the truth when you're looking at things through fear. You will only see trauma and illusion. You will only see illusion. You have to take a step back and go into your heart and your soul, and that's where you're going to see the truth. A lot of people aren't able to kind of visualize the positive things that are coming for them because they're so heavy in the fear and illusion energy. They're like stuck in this cycle, just kind of walking around, spiraling, feeling like nothing. Lily, come here. Come here. Feeling like nothing's ever shifting or changing because you guys keep sticking yourself in these cycles. It's almost like, I'll give you the example they're giving me. It's almost like you want somebody to show up and love for you and love you. But everybody you keep giving your emotions and energy to are people who keep rejecting you. But you know that they keep rejecting you, and yet you keep chasing people who reject you. So you're sticking yourself in these cycles saying you want love, but you keep choosing people who reject you. So when you're saying you want love, your behavior is not matching you want love. Your behavior is matching that trauma wound where it keeps being repeated of, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, why do people not choose me? And you keep being rejected, which means you have to take accountability for your decisions and go, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to keep putting my energy, my attention, my effort into people who don't love me, people who don't show up to me, people who reject me. And it's not comfortable, but do it fucking anyway. And then you need to look at the fact that when people do try to love you, you don't let them. You push them away and or sabotage it. It's because you're not actually letting yourself be loved by people who are genuinely showing up for you. So then you got to send that energy and deal with that shit. And then open yourself up to love. Okay. It could be for anything. That's just the examples they're giving me. So if you're stuck in that cycle right now, take a moment to reflect on why you're stuck in that cycle and what behaviors or belief systems are keeping you stuck there. Like, do you believe that love can't happen for you? Why do you believe that? What happened to you, or what did you learn that made you feel like you weren't deserving, that it would never happen for you, it only happens for other people, or that it's not a real thing? Did you not have positive role models? Did people say all this shit? Did you have shitty relationships? Where did that childlike energy where anything's possible go? And channel into that and kind of reflect, because they're saying a lot of you guys are really needing to kind of go deeper and reflect. And once you're seeing these things, then you can let them go and release them. But you can't let go and release something that you don't realize is there, or that you don't realize is a problem. With this planning and action in kindred partnership, this feels very literal. It feels like, for some of you, like I'm hearing like the love of your life. So for some of you, it's like this is already like planned before you even came here. Like if you have a kindred partnership, you have a soul connection with somebody, it's already planned. And I think they brought this up in the last reading from a few days ago too. It's already planned. You're already naturally doing the steps. You're naturally unblocking it. But if you're not in the energy to actually accept somebody's love and receive it, you're going to reject them and push them away. And you're going to keep chasing people who reject you. So you have to heal certain wounds and step forward and step up into your power and get out of these like victim cycles and step into your power. I keep seeing, they keep showing me this like the clock in this, and they keep showing me the hourglass. My brain's not like able to connect today. The hourglass, and it's almost like this. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. You're not. Like, you're not going to run out of time. Anything that's meant for you is going to happen for you. It doesn't matter what fears are coming up in your mind or what illusions are coming up in front of your face. Not everything you see is true. And the way you're believing it is not always true either. Okay. That is why it's important to trust in your intuition, because your intuition is all-knowing and can see the truth, whereas the human mind and the trauma conditioning sees illusions. So it's the same thing when people are like stuck in like any type of situation. You ever notice how like on the outside we can see, oh, there's something that's being planned, like there is something they're healing from this, and then like something really good's gonna come for them, and we can always see it for other people. It's the same thing for us, but when we're stuck in a storm, we cannot see the fucking rainbow. We can't see the rainbow in the storm, and sometimes it takes other people to give us those messages. Like, by the way, I just saw, actually funny enough, I'm wearing a rainbow, and I just realized that, and there's a rainbow in this card, but like, I love rainbows, but like, we can't always see it when we're in it, and sometimes we do need people to help kind of inspire us or to give us that hope, like, you will make out of this, like, it's good, like, everything's gonna be okay. But like when you're in the storm, you can't see it, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean the rainbow's not there just because you can't see it. It's there. It's just on the other side of the storm, like after you work through it. So that's kind of what they're saying. Hold on, why are you falling? They are like screaming this in my ears, so I don't know why the fuck they want me to say that. I really don't. So when I said the rainbow thing, I always tell people I love rainbows. Like if you ever see me with crystals, anytime they have a rainbow in them, I'm like, ooh, yeah. But I don't know why they're like screaming at me to say this. So, yeah, my middle name is Iris. I feel like I can never show my fucking tattoo. Whatever. I have one tattoo. I just can't even show that shit. But it's actually, Iris is actually the Greek goddess for rainbows. Like, that's what it actually means in Greek is rainbows or something like that. But I think it's like the Greek goddess or something for rainbows. So I don't know why they screamed at me to say that, but I just said it, and we just got a rainbow card as I said that. How funny. I don't know what they're up to. I don't know what the fuck they're up to with me, and I just saw another rainbow. I don't know what the fuck they're up to. Is that it? Oh, okay, I guess this is it. They're always up to sneaky shit. I just don't know what they're always up to. And I wasn't even planning on wearing this shirt. I was actually planning on wearing a different shirt, and I couldn't find it. So I put this one on. Okay. The Foundations and Achievement card. So this is definitely very family oriented. We got the Solitude, which is the Tower card underneath it. And it's like, you're being triggered, like all this like family trauma conditioning stuff is being triggered, but all of the fears and things that you learned growing up are being triggered right now to help you get what you want. And I love we got the Light card underneath, the light after the storm, right? Like this is that hope card, that sunshine card, the light after the storm. This is like good things happening, right? It's like all of these triggers and these lessons and these heaviness, like in these heavy events and these fears and these traumas and all these things are leading you to where you need to be, and you're healing all of them right now. Like that's the whole point of where you're at. All the heaviness you're feeling is to release it and let it go so you can actually have like that life you want. You can actually have the dream you want. Ooh, damn, I didn't even realize what these cards were. We got Choose Wisely and Sacrifice, which I love because Sacrifice card is actually about letting things go and giving it up to spirit is usually what it means. But we got Choose Wisely and Sacrifice. This actually feels like some of you guys are scared you're going to make the wrong choice. It feels like you're scared you're going to make the wrong choice. You're not. You're not. At the right time, you're going to get the clarity you need that you already know the answer to, that you're refusing to see clearly. You're going to get the answer and you're going to step up where you need to be and you're going to make the right choice. Like, you don't even need to worry about it. Just give it up to spirit. Whoever you believe in, higher power, universe, energy, spirit, source, whatever. Give it up to them, your spirit team, whoever, and just ask them, help me make the best decision for me. Help give me the clarity, help give me the confidence, help give me the courage, help give me the empowerment, help give me the tools and the foundation I need to make the best decision for me and do it for me in a way that I can feel safe and comfortable making that choice. And I'll give you an example. It's funny, I gave somebody else this example today. I remember when I was still working at my job, I quit it like a year and a half ago, working like the mental health job. And so I quit like a year and a half ago. So we'll say like 2.5, 3 years ago. Around that time, I remember, no, I opened the crystal store 3 years ago. So it was a little bit longer. I'm horrible at times. A little bit longer than 3 years ago. I remember feeling this pulling away from my job. And I was literally said to spirit, I don't know what you're having me do. I thought I was going to retire there. I was like, I don't know. I thought I was going to retire there. I feel like I said that like funky. And I said, I don't know what you guys are trying to do. But what I need from you is I need you to help me make enough money and I knew I was going to do my own business. I just didn't know what exactly. But I was like, I need you to help me. And this actually, it might have been 4 years ago because I wasn't selling crystals yet. I need you to help me to make enough money while still being at the job I'm at so I can feel safe enough to quit. And that's exactly what they did. And I remember exactly when I needed to quit. I was just feeling all this heaviness and pressure. I was like, I cannot fucking be here anymore. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And they're like, well, what are you waiting for? Just fucking quit. And I was like, okay, I'll put my notice in. And it was just as simple as that. But I asked them for what I needed. And I said, I need the fucking safety. I need you guys to show me this so I can feel safe. Ask them. You have to ask. Ask in order to receive. You can't receive without asking. So ask them for the clarity, the guidance, to help you let it go, to help you trust, to help you release false sense of fucking safety and control, whatever it is you need. You're going to make the right choice either way, but it feels like some of you guys don't really trust in your decision making because you know you made choices out of fear before, and you know you made choices out of trauma, and you know you made choices that weren't the best for you. But this is the thing I try to explain to people is you didn't make the wrong choice. You're at a higher level of awareness now, and you're at a higher level of healing right now. So you made the right choice for you then to learn what you needed to. But now that you're older and you're wiser and you see things in a different way, that's not the same choice you would make now, because you're not the same person you were when you made that choice. And if you didn't make that choice, you wouldn't be able to be where you were at. You wouldn't have learned what you needed to and healed what you needed to and seen what you needed to in order to be where you are today. So you didn't make the wrong choice. You made the right choice to get you where you needed to be today. And Spirit's like, let go of the mistakes you made. Like, forgive yourself. Let it go. Like, let it go. Like, other people don't care. Like, why are you holding on to it? Let it go. A lot of letting go energy in this. And trust. Like, just because you made choices back then, you still made the right ones, and you're still going to make the right ones. All you need to do is let it go and trust that at the right time, when you're ready, that opportunity is going to open, that door is going to open, the wall is going to be lifted. You're going to see whatever you need to see with full clarity, and there's going to be no question what choice to make. You already intuitively know what choice you need to make. You're just letting fear kind of like fog your fucking judgment right now, which is okay. You're just letting fear fog your judgment. So don't trust what you're seeing just because of, you know what I'm saying, fear or worrying about the past repeating itself is not if you're a different person. Okay. So I hope that this helps, and I hope you guys all have an awesome night.